To see you guys. I'm going to be talking at some point about OpenEBS, which you may, how many have heard of OpenEBS? Holy smokes, that's wonderful. So it is a new CNCF sandbox level project. And if there's one takeaway I want you guys to take away from today, it's booth SE41. So stop by, learn more about it and so forth. And what I'm going to try to tackle in the next, let's say, 180 some odd seconds is what do we mean by data agility? I'm going to give you a quick example there. And then I'm also going to preview this other initiative we have in the open source about how to maybe do higher level data mobility APIs. So my last company that I helped found is called StackStorm, is in the DevOps space. And so I drunk the Kool-Aid big time, right? And these are lessons learned from DevOps good practices. You should have your teams communicating via APIs, right? At the simplest level, meetings are bad, right? Meetings bad, APIs good. Third-party dependencies on, for example, a big shared storage system, that can result in meetings, right? So how do we want that storage system to be configured? Should we get the one that's optimized for video or the one optimized for small blocks? These are some of the kind of questions that we're trying to address, not just ourselves, but others, I think, in the container-attached storage space. How do you enable real cloud-native operations? I've kind of talked about this. But you know, one pattern that we hear, and I think somebody asked the question earlier today is, now why should I use storage at all? I mean, as an old storage guy, I did found a storage company previously. It's kind of embarrassing, right? I mean, we have these NoSQL and other patterns existing, and we literally have many, many workloads in which the consumers of those workloads are saying, none of your storage systems work for me. I want my teams to be in control. I want to look at things from the application down. I'd rather use local PV or just disk, right? So how do you address that? We think the answer is something along these lines. SE41, you know, you can come by the booth and talk about it in more depth. But the basic idea is that each workload effectively, and hence each team, effectively has its own little storage system. And that storage system itself is decomposed into a set of containers and microservices, right? So if you know how to run Kubernetes, you already know how to run OpenEBS or a system like this, and you get to eliminate a lot of these meetings. And if you have cloud, that's great underneath. If you have an existing SAN, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. It runs in the user space, so it runs the same anywhere. It can use that underlying storage. In addition to that, we try to answer the question, dude, where's my data, right? And we have a free solution we call Maya Online, and we also contribute upstream to WeaveScope. We have some chaos engineering, so is Kubernetes really able to be my storage system? You can test it and validate it. And then we also do have, for our own use case, some backup and move. I have 10 seconds left, so look, we're a data agility company. That's what we're focused on. Come by SE41, check it out. We'll also be demoing a system written in Rust that is freaking fast. So it's not the case that all of this stuff needs to be slow. You can honk it if you want. Yes. So thank you. Yeah.